Where did kings and queens sleep in medieval castles during freezing winter's relaxing history? Hello guys! Today we will know about the cold, silent stone chambers of the late 14th century. We will travel back to the year 1380, to a great castle standing on the edge of a frozen kingdom. This narration is meant to help you relax, to help you drift into a deep and heavy sleep. As the frost patterns grow upon the masonry, you will find warmth in your own rest. There is a quiet suspense in the way the torchlight flickers against the damp stone. A small mystery in the howling wind that circles the high towers. But here, in this moment, you are safe, you are warm, and the world is growing very, very still. The city below the castle is a maze of narrow, winding ways. It is a place of shadows and cold mud. The year is 1380, and winter has descended like a heavy iron gate. The sun has set early, leaving the world in a wash of deep blue and charcoal gray. The air is sharp. It smells of wood smoke and the icy breath of the river. The streets are empty now, save for the occasional shadow of a night watchman, and you are becoming very, very tired. The streets are cobbled with rough, uneven stones. They are slick with a thin layer of ice that glimmers under the moon. The houses of the townspeople lean over the narrow lanes, their timber frames creaking in the freezing wind. There are no bright lights here, only the faint, yellow glow of a tallow candle behind a horn pane, or the dim orange light of a hearth fire leaking through a doorway. The fog is thick near the ground. It muffles the sound of the world. Every movement is slow. Every breath is a cloud of white mist. The houses of the ordinary folk are small and cramped. They are built of oak beams and plastered with clay. Inside, the air is thick with the scent of burning peat and dried herbs. A single hearth sits in the center of the floor. It is the only source of warmth in the biting cold. The smoke rises slowly toward a hole in the thatch. It leaves a coating of soot on the rafters, but the fire is a loyal friend. It is a low, pulsing glow in the dark. The shadows on the clay walls are soft and long. People wear layers of heavy, coarse wool. The wool is thick and undyed. It smells of the sheep and the earth. They wear linen shifts beneath their tunics and will hose tied with leather thongs. The clothing is worn and mended. It has the weight of a long winter in its fibers. There is a comfort in the heaviness of the wool. It protects the body from the drafts that sneak through the timber. The movements of the people are slow and deliberate. They do not waste the heat of their bodies. The meals are simple and repetitive. A wooden bowl of hot pottage made of oats and dried leeks. Perhaps a small piece of salted fish or a hard crust of rye bread. The steam rises in the cold room. It smells of salt and grain. The wooden spoon clicks softly against the bowl. Click, click, click. It is a steady rhythm. It is a soothing sound in the quiet house. Every bite is a slow victory over the cold. Every swallow is a warmth that spreads through the chest. The children spend their days helping with the chores of the hearth. They gather fallen branches from the edge of the town. Their small hands are wrapped in scraps of old wool. They carry the wood back to the fire. They tend to the water buckets, making sure the ice is broken at the top. Their work is quiet and constant. They learn the value of the flame early in life. They sit by the cooling embers and watch the frost climb the walls. Their eyes are heavy with the warmth. Work in the winter is a matter of quiet endurance. The blacksmith works at his forge near the castle gate. The heat of the coals is a blessing. The hammer hits the iron with a rhythmic thud, thud, thud. The sound is absorbed by the thick, frozen air. It is a heartbeat for the city. The iron glows bright red, then fades to a dull gray. The blacksmith works until the light fails. Then he rakes the coals and prepares for the long night. He moves slowly, his joints stiff with the frost. The market square is empty now. A few small wagons remain, their wooden wheels frozen into the ruts of the earth. The horses are kept in the stone stables, their heads bowed. Their breath clouds the air in thick bursts. The merchants have shuttered their stalls. The smell of salted meat and dried herbs lingers in the air. People speak in low tones. Their voices do not carry in the heavy, frozen atmosphere. The city is waiting. The city is resting. Transport is difficult in the deep snow. Small wooden carts are used to haul firewood from the forest. The oxen move slowly, their hooves making a muffled sound on the packed snow. The world moves at the pace of a walking man. There is no rush. There is no hurry. The winter demands a certain stillness. The cold demands a certain patience. You can feel the stillness in your own limbs. As you sink deeper into your own bed, the evening begins with the dampening of the fire. The large logs are covered with ash to keep the heat hidden until the dawn. This is the way the warmth is preserved. The house grows darker. The only light comes from the red cracks in the ash. The smell of the cooling hearth is a sign of rest. The family gathers on the sleeping benches. They lie close together. Their breathing is slow and synchronized. They are a circle of warmth in a world of ice. The beds are simple frames of wood filled with straw mattresses. The straw rustles softly as you lie down. It is a dry, whispering sound. You pull a heavy wool coverlet up to your chin. It is thick and provides a protective weight. The cold air of the room touches your face, but your body is encased in warmth. The contrast is soothing. The cold makes the warmth feel deeper. The cold makes the sleep come faster. The world is far away. The night is all around, up in the castle. The stone walls are 7 feet thick. They are mountains of cold limestone. The kings and queens sleep in chambers high in the towers. Their beds are vast structures of oak, surrounded by heavy velvet curtains to trap the heat. Outside the curtains, the air is freezing, but inside, it is a small, private world of warmth. The stone of the castle never truly warms. It remains a silent, icy witness to the passing of the hours. The royal beds are filled with mattresses of down and feathers. They are soft and deep. The sheets are of fine linen, cool to the touch. The blankets are of fur and heavy wool. The monarchs lie in the center of the bed. They're breathing a soft hum in the darkness. The fire in the great stone fireplace has burned down to embers. The light flickers one last time on the tapestries. Then the room settles into a deep, velvet shadow. The castle is a fortress of sleep. The streets below are now silent. The night watchman makes his rounds. His heavy boots crunch on the frozen snow. Crunch, crunch, crunch. He carries a pike and a lantern. He checks the gates. He checks the locks. He is the guardian of the dreamers. He sees the frost on the stone arches. He sees the moon reflecting off the icy river. The world is a gallery of blue and silver, and you are watching it from the safety of the dark. The houses of the poor are very cold now. The wind whistles through the thatch, but the people are deep in their slumber. They do not feel the draft. They only feel the weight of the blankets and the presence of their kin. They have worked hard. They have eaten their pottage. They have earned their rest. The simplicity of their lives is a shield against the world. They do not have much, but they have the peace of the night. Clothing is never fully removed in the winter. A person might take off their outer cloak, but they sleep in their linen shifts and wool caps. The heat of the head is the heat of the soul. The blankets are shared among the children, their small bodies providing a warmth that no fire can match. Their heartbeats are a steady, quiet rhythm in the dark. They are safe. They are together. They are at rest. The morning will bring more cold, more snow to clear, more wood to chop, but that is many hours away. The time between midnight and dawn is a sacred time. The world of the 14th century is a world of natural cycles. The cycle of the sun and the cycle of the breath. You breathe in the cold air. You breathe out the warmth. The rhythm is steady. The rhythm is slow. The rhythm is leading you to sleep. The secrets of the castle are quiet ones. They are the marks left by the masons in the hidden corners. They are the hollow spaces beneath the floorboards where a silver coin might be hidden. They are the whispers of the wind in the arrow slits. The castle remembers everyone who has ever lived within its walls. It holds their stories in its shadows, and tonight, it holds your story too. It tells you that the day is over, and it is time to let go. As the narration continues, let your mind drift like the smoke from the hearth. Let the images of the stone towers and the narrow streets fade. You are walking through the castle in your mind. The stone is cold beneath your hand. You reach the door of a quiet chamber. You enter the warmth. You sit by the embers. You feel the heaviness in your eyes. The world is closing in. The circle of light is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The history of the winter is a history of endurance. The kings and the commoners both endured the frost with a quiet strength. They did not complain to the stones. They simply kept the fire burning. They mended their wool. They shared their bread. They waited for the light, and as they waited, they slept, a deep, dreamless sleep that renewed the spirit. You can share in that sleep now. The work is done. The watch is set. The stars above the castle are incredibly bright. Without the lights of the modern world, the sky is a tapestry of fire. The constellations are the maps of the night. The North Star hangs over the highest turret, a fixed point in a turning world. The stars do not move. They only watch. They watch the sleeping city. They watch the frozen river, and they watch you. The freezing wind picks up. It rattles the wooden shutters of the castle. It tries to find a way into the stone, but the masonry is strong. The oak is thick. The wind is just a voice in the dark. It cannot hurt you. It only makes the blankets feel heavier. It only makes the straw feel softer. The sound of the wind is a lullaby, a rhythmic whistling that lulls the senses. It is the sound of the world breathing. The children in the town are deep in sleep now. Their chores are forgotten. Their hands are tucked under their chins. They dream of the first green leaves of spring. They dream of the warmth of the summer sun. The fire in their house has faded to a few red eyes in the dark. The house is silent, save for the creaking of the timber. The timber moves as it cools, a slow, groaning sound. It is the house settling for the night. Just as you are settling, the blacksmith is asleep, the laundress is asleep, the cook is asleep. Their tools are laid aside. The hammer is still. The tub is dry. The ladle is cold. The city is a collective of resting souls. They are bound together by the cold and the dark. They are a community of breath, and in this community, there is no worry. There is only the passage of time, the slow, inevitable march toward the dawn. The snow continues to fall on the battlements. It covers the tracks of the guards. It covers the woodpile. It smooths out the rough edges of the stone. It makes the castle look like a mountain of white. The snow is a blanket for the earth. It protects the life hidden in the ground. It is a cold embrace, but it is a necessary one. The earth is sleeping, and so are you. The narration is slowing down. The words are becoming sparse. The images are blurring into a soft, gray mist. The year 1380 is drifting away into the pages of history, into the shadows of the past. You are left with only the feeling of the heavy wool, the scent of the wood smoke, and the rhythm of the breathing. The winter is brutal, but the sleep is kind. The cobbles are hidden. The fire is ash. The wool is heavy. The night is long. The stars are bright. The wind is a sigh. The stone is cold. The heart is warm. The world is safe. The dark is calm. The rest is here. The sleep is near. The people of the medieval world knew how to rest. They knew how to let the night take them. They did not have the lights of the future to keep them awake. They had only the natural rhythm of the stars, and that rhythm is within you. It is the pulse in your wrist. It is the rise and fall of your chest. It is the slow turning of the mind toward the dream. Follow that rhythm. Let it take you away. The forest is silent. The river is ice. The gate is shut. The candle is out. The straw is soft. The chamber is still. The breath is slow. The time is now. The sleep is deep. The winter remains, but you are warm. You are safe. You are at peace. The streets of the mind are quiet. The narrow ways are empty. The fog has settled. The day is gone. The night is all. The silence is total. The sleep is coming, coming, coming. Now, the history of sleep is the history of us all. We all return to the dark. We all find the warmth. We all wait for the sun. But for now, the sun is a distant memory. The moon is the only light, and the moon is a silent companion. It shines on the castle. It shines on the town. It shines on the sleeping world, and it shines on you. Sleep now, like the king in his velvet. Sleep now, like the apprentice in his straw. Sleep now, like the stones of the tower. The winter is long, but the rest is sweet. The history is told. The night is yours. The sleep is deep. The peace is total. The candles are gone. The embers are dim. The blankets are thick. The cold is outside. The warmth is within, the breath is steady, the mind is calm, the world is far, the sleep is near, the stones are cold, the fire is low, the wool is soft, the night is slow, the stars are bright, the wind is a sigh, the gate is shut, the rest is high, the dark is kind, the breath is deep, the history is over, the soul is at sleep, the watchman has passed, the lantern is dim, the world is at rest, and we are with him. The stone is a shield, the wool is a nest, the day has been lived, the night is the best, the straw is a rustle, the smoke is a ghost, the hearth is a memory, the sleep is the host, the cold is a distance, the warmth is a fact, the mind is a mirror, the world is a tract, the king is dreaming, the queen is still, the castle is waiting, on top of the hill, the village is quiet, the river is bound, the sleep is a treasure that everyone found, the year is drifting, the time is a blur, the heart is a rhythm that doesn't occur, the breath is a tidal that comes and it goes, the sleep is a mountain that everyone knows, the snow, the stone, the dark, the rest, the sleep, the now. Every stone in the castle wall was laid by a hand that is now at rest. Every timber in the house was carved by a tool that is now silent. The world we walk through is a world built by those who knew the value of the long night. They understood that the fire must eventually be banked, that the eyes must eventually close. They understood the beauty of the frost and the necessity of the sleep. You are stepping into their world now, a world where the only clock is the burning of a candle, where the only news is the change of the wind, where the only task is to stay warm and to stay quiet. Let the simplicity of the 14th century wash over you. Let the heavy fabrics of the past weigh down your limbs. You are no longer in the modern age. You are in the age of the hearth. The castle towers reach for the stars, but they are rooted in the deep earth. You are rooted in your own rest. Let your thoughts settle like the dust in the great hall. Let your worries fade like the footprints in the snow. There is nothing to achieve tonight. There is only the slow, steady passage of the hours. The castle will stand, the town will wait, and you will sleep. The frost is thickening on the iron hinges. The ice is growing on the castle moat. The world is becoming a statue of itself, but inside the circle of the walls, there is life, and there is warmth, and there is the profound peace of the sleeping. You are part of that peace. You are the center of that warmth. You are the owner of that sleep. The narration is a bridge of words, a bridge that carries you from the light into the dark. The bridge is made of soft wool and cooling stone. It is stable and safe. As you walk across it, the sounds of the day disappear. The light of the sun vanishes. There is only the sound of the historian's voice, and then, eventually, there is only the silence. The silence of the castle is not empty. It is full of the echoes of the past. It is full of the potential of the morning, but it is a silence that invites you to join it. It is a silence that says, "It is enough." It is a silence that says, "You are home." Listen to the silence. Let it be your blanket. Let it be your pillow. The fire is gone. The candle is out. The gate is shut. The world is still. The breath is slow. The sleep is deep. The rest is now. The history of the ordinary is the most relaxing history of all, because it reminds us that despite the kings and the queens, despite the wars and the walls, the most important part of life has always been the simple act of laying down the head, of closing the eyes, and of trusting the night. You are doing that now. You are trusting the night. The snow is falling. The snow is falling. The snow is falling. The castle is white. The castle is white. The castle is white. The sleep is here. The sleep is here. The sleep is here. The voice continues to fade into a whisper, repeating the most soothing words, the pauses between sentences growing longer and longer until the narration finally ceases, leaving only the sound of the imagined wind and the deep, total silence of the historical night. The thick wool blankets, the scent of the peat, the warmth of the heart, the slow, steady beat. The castle is safe. The town is at rest. The history is over. The sleep is the best. Rest, sleep, peace. Now, the secret gardens of the castle. A summer night's rest in the 14th century. Hello guys. Today we will know about the hidden, quiet green spaces tucked deep within the stone walls of a medieval fortress. We have survived the freezing winters of the 14th century together, but now the sun has returned to the kingdom. This narration is designed to help you relax deeply, to help you find a heavy and restorative sleep as we walk through the cooling shadows of a summer evening. There is a quiet suspense in the way the owls begin to stir in the belfry, a small, gentle mystery in the scent of crushed lavender that lingers on the evening air. But you are safe. You are held by the weight of the ancient stone, and there is no need to hurry. Let the golden light of the past fill your mind as you drift toward a peaceful rest. The year is 1381. The setting is a grand castle overlooking a river that glitters like a silver ribbon in the twilight. The sun has just dipped below the horizon, leaving a sky the color of a bruised plum and soft amber. The air is no longer sharp. It is thick and sweet, smelling of sun-warmed masonry and the wild roses that climb the outer bailey. The castle is no longer a fortress against the frost, but a warm, stone cradle for the living. And you are becoming very, very tired. The castle garden is a secret place. It is hidden away between the inner curtain wall and the chapel, a square of earth and life protected by towers of gray limestone. It is a herber, a place of medicine and peace. As we enter the small wooden gate, the sound of the world outside vanishes. The streets of the city are distant. The clatter of the market is gone. There is only the sound of the wind whispering through the rosemary bushes, and the soft, rhythmic hum of the evening insects. The paths are narrow and laid with small, flat river stones. They are cool beneath the feet. The garden is divided into neat, raised beds held together by low walls of woven willow. In these beds, the ordinary people of the castle have grown the treasures of the earth, the herbs for the pottage, the flowers for the sick room, and the scents for the great hall. The greenery is lush and deep, even in the fading light. You can see the silver leaves of the sage and the dark, curling feathers of the parsley. The scent of the garden is overwhelming and relaxing. It is a blend of peppermint, thyme, and the heavy, sweet perfume of gillyflowers. As we walk, our skirts brush against the hedges, releasing a fresh burst of lavender into the air. It is the scent of the earth at rest. It is the scent of a long summer day coming to a close. The air is liquid. It flows over your skin like cool water, pulling the tension from your muscles, pulling the thoughts from your mind. In the center of the garden stands a small stone fountain. The water trickles from a lion's head into a shallow basin. Splash, ripple, splash. It is a constant, hypnotic sound. A tiny, liquid heartbeat for the castle. The water is clear and cold. It reflects the first stars of the evening. If you were to reach out and touch the stone, it would feel smooth and damp, holding the memory of the moss. The sound of the water is a lullaby, a rhythmic repetition that tells you the day is done. The garden is not just for beauty. It is a place of work, but the work here is quiet and slow. The herb wife has spent the day gathering yarrow and feverfew. She has moved through the beds with a practiced, gentle hand. Her wooden basket is now full of dried stems and aromatic leaves. She has left her small stool by the lavender bed, a silent witness to a day of patience. The work of the garden is the work of the seasons. There is no rush. There is only the growing and the resting. The children of the castle help here too. They have spent the afternoon weeding the paths and chasing the white butterflies away from the cabbages. Their small hands are stained with the scent of green stalks and damp soil. They have learned the names of the plants, the way the mint feels fuzzy to the touch, the way the fennel tastes of anise. They are tired now. Their play is over. They sit on the stone bench by the fountain, their heads nodding in the rhythm of the water. They are falling asleep in the heart of the castle. Clothing in the summer is light and honest. The heavy wool cloaks are replaced by simple linen shifts and tunics. The fabric is pale and thin. It has been bleached by the sun until it is the color of bone. As the evening cools, the linen feels crisp against the skin. It smells of wood ash soap and the open air. There is a comfort in the simplicity of the cloth. It does not bind or weigh. It only covers and protects. The movements of the people in the garden are fluid, like the shadows lengthening against the wall. The evening meal is taken outdoors. A wooden bowl of cool pottage made from the garden's early peas and leeks. Perhaps a slice of white bread and a small piece of soft cheese. The cheese is creamy and smells of the summer meadows. The wooden spoon makes a soft, rhythmic sound against the side of the bowl. Click, click, click. It is a quiet percussion in the stillness. The taste is fresh and light, a gift from the earth that does not burden the stomach before sleep. The transport of the garden is a matter of wooden barrows and woven baskets. The gardener has left his barrow by the gate. It is filled with the last of the day's cuttings. The wooden wheel is worn and silent. The handles are polished smooth by years of use. The world moves at the pace of a gardener's stride. There is no hurry in the growth of a rose. There is no hurry in the turning of the sun. The garden demands a certain stillness, a certain presence, as the moon reaches its highest point over the battlements. The garden turns to silver. The shadows of the willow beds are long and black. The water in the fountain looks like liquid light. The stones are cool now, releasing the last of the afternoon's heat into the night air. The castle is a dark silhouette against the stars, a silent giant watching over its hidden green heart, and you are looking at it all from the center of the piece. The houses of the castle folk are open to the night. The small windows are unshuttered to let in the scent of the herbs. The floors are covered in fresh rushes mixed with dried petals. When you lie down, the scent of the garden follows you. It is in the air. It is in the bedding. It is in the very walls. The simplicity of the room is its greatest strength. There is nothing to distract from the rhythm of the breath. There is only the silence and the scent. The beds are simple frames of oak. The mattresses are filled with fresh straw and dried lavender. The straw rustles softly as you settle in. S-H. It is the sound of the wind in the wheat fields. You pull a thin linen sheet over your shoulders. It is cool and light. The night air touches your face, carrying the distant hoot of an owl from the forest. The contrast is soothing. The stillness makes the rest feel deeper. The dark makes the sleep come faster. The night watchman passes the garden on his rounds. His heavy boots make a soft scuff on the stone path. He carries no lantern here. The moon is enough. He checks the gate. He checks the fountain. He is the guardian of the green. He sees the white roses glowing in the dark. He sees the dragonflies resting on the lily pads. The world is a gallery of silver and shadow, and you are part of the gallery. The people of the castle are now deep in their slumber. The cook, the blacksmith, the laundress, they dream of the harvest, of the golden grain and the heavy fruit. But their dreams are slow and hazy, like the mist rising from the river. The mind wanders through the hidden paths of the garden, finding peace in the green. The work of the day is a memory. The rest of the night is a fact. The secrets of the herber are quiet things. The way the primrose opens at dusk. The way the dew forms on the lady's mantle. The way the stone holds the moonlight. These are the facts of life for the ordinary person in 1381. They have worked the soil, and now the soil provides the rest. There is a profound satisfaction in the stillness of the garden, a peace that no wall can contain. As the narration continues, let your mind drift like a petal on the fountain. Let the images of the gray stone and the green beds fade. You are sitting by the lion's head in your mind. The water is cool. The air is sweet. You feel the heaviness in your limbs. The world is closing in. The circle of light is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The history of the garden is a history of care. They tended the plants, and the plants tended them. They did not fight the weeds. They simply removed them. They did not worry about the rain. They simply waited for it, and as they waited, they slept, a deep green sleep that renewed the soul. You can share in that sleep now. The baskets are full. The gate is shut. The stars above the herber are incredibly bright. Without the lights of the future, the sky is a sea of ancient fire. The constellations are the maps of the seasons. The North Star hangs over the chapel spire, a fixed point in a living world. The stars do not move. They only watch. They watch the sleeping herbs. They watch the resting fountain, and they watch you. The warm breeze picks up. It rustles the leaves of the bay trees. It brings the scent of the river into the garden. The wind is a gentle hand. It cannot hurt you. It only makes the linen feel cooler. It only makes the straw feel softer. The sound of the wind is a lullaby, a rhythmic whispering that lulls the senses. It is the sound of the world breathing. The children are deep in sleep. Their hands are tucked under their cheeks. They dream of butterflies and sweet berries. The room is silent, save for the steady drip of the fountain. The house is warm. The house is safe. The house is at peace. The wood moves slightly as the night cools. A slow, rhythmic creak. It is the castle settling for the night. Just as you are settling, the gardener is asleep. The herbwife is asleep. The night is asleep. Their tools are laid aside. The spade is still. The basket is dry. The sword is cold. The castle is a collective of resting souls. They are bound together by the scent and the dark. They are a community of breath, and in this community, there is no worry. There is only the passage of time, the slow, inevitable march toward the dawn. The roses continue to bloom in the dark. They cover the walls. They hide the thorns. They smooth out the rough edges of the stone. They make the castle look soft. The garden is a blanket for the earth. It protects the life within the walls. It is a warm embrace, and a beautiful one. The earth is sleeping, and so are you. The narration is slowing down. The words are becoming sparse. The images are blurring into a soft, silver mist. The year 1381 is drifting away into the pages of history, into the shadows of the past. You are left with only the feeling of the light linen, the scent of the lavender, and the rhythm of the breathing. The summer is full, but the sleep is deep. The stones are hidden. The fire is ash. The linen is soft. The night is long. The stars are bright. The wind is a sigh. The fountain is cool. The heart is still. The world is safe. The dark is calm. The rest is here. The sleep is near. The people of the medieval world knew how to rest. They knew how to let the garden take them. They did not have the lights to keep them awake. They had only the natural rhythm of the growth, and that rhythm is within you. It is the pulse in your wrist. It is the rise and fall of your chest. It is the slow turning of the mind toward the dream. Follow that rhythm. Let it take you. The garden is silent. The fountain is still. The gate is barred. The candle is out. The straw is soft. The chamber is still. The breath is slow. The time is now. The sleep is deep. The summer remains, but you are resting. You are safe. You are at peace. The streets of the mind are quiet. The narrow ways are empty. The haze has settled. The day is gone. The night is all. The silence is total. The sleep is coming, coming, coming now. The history of sleep is the history of us all. We all return to the dark. We all find the warmth. We all wait for the sun. But for now, the sun is a golden memory. The moon is the only light, and the moon is a silent companion. It shines on the garden. It shines on the castle. It shines on the sleeping world, and it shines on you. Sleep now, like the rose in the night. Sleep now, like the water in the basin. Sleep now, like the stones of the harbor. The summer is long, but the rest is sweet. The history is told. The night is yours. The sleep is deep. The peace is total. The candles are gone. The embers are dim. The sheets are thin. The heat is outside. The cool is within. The breath is steady. The mind is calm. The world is far. The sleep is near. The rosemary is pungent. The time is sweet. The earth is solid. The rest is complete. The ivy is climbing. The moss is abed. The thoughts are silent. The words have been said. The fountain is whispering. The owl is a call. The castle is standing. The king of us all. The garden is private. The dream is a door. The rest is a treasure. On the stone floor, the shadows are long. The moon is aglow. The wind is a song. The world is slow. The paths are steady. The gate is tight. The rest is ready. The sleep is right. The water, the stone, the dark, the rest, the sleep, the now. The voice continues to drift, each sentence slower than the last, until it is only a breath of sound in the darkness. The wind in the willow, the song of the cricket, the weight of the linen, the slow rise of the chest, the soft fall of the night, the peace of the garden, the history of rest, the sleep of the castle, the sleep of the herb, the sleep of the soul. The fire is ash, the candle is out, the gate is barred, the world is still, the breath is slow, the sleep is deep, the rest is now, 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 now. The image of the moonlit harbor remains, a vast, silver-green expanse where every plant has found its place in the quiet, and the heavy blankets of summer have been tucked in tight for the night. The scent of lavender remains, the feeling of the cool stone remains, the rhythm of the water remains. You are part of it, you are resting with them, you are breathing with them. The heat has passed, the world is silver, and you are asleep. Hush, hush, hush. The final minutes are a very slow, fading sequence of single words, leading into a final, total silence. Warmth, safety, dark, still, soft, deep, gone, rest, sleep,